Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the video. Today we're going to be doing the beginner's guide to Need for Speed Payback. So just make sure you leave a like and subscribe to the channel if you enjoy. Comment down below your thoughts on the game. And other than that, let's just get into it. My intro cut off a little bit, so that's why I'm just saying this, but I'll give my actual intro here in a second. So yeah, there you go. And it's very fun. I'm not going to lie. It's a good game. I would definitely recommend it, and today we're going to be talking about how to kind of get set up in this game. This series, I do beginner's guides for games because when I like to when I get a game, I like to kind of look it up and find some information, and there aren't very many good beginner's guides, so I'm going to be giving this one to you guys. So the one thing I will say is that at the beginning of this game there is a prologue in which you have to do about 6 or 7 races, and you can't do anything in the open world, which severely limits your gameplay. So this is just going to be basically what you do after that. So it's fairly straightforward at the beginning, but once you open up the open world, yeah, this is what you got to do. So the first thing that you're going to notice is that it is an open world game. If you click the middle button, you'll be able to open up your menu, obviously, or your map. And yeah, so we have a lot of things here. I know it's pretty overwhelming, but if you click L1 or R1, you can scroll over. These are the events. Obviously, when you start, you won't have very many. You'll only have 2, I think. And each color in here corresponds with a different type of event or league. So these ones are drifting events. And the spark plugs that are purple are off-road. The red flags are race ones. The blue ones are police chases, and the yellow ones are drag racing. So there are 5 different types of events, and with those 5 different types of cars, we have runners, racers, off-road, drift, and what's the 5th one? Drag. So there are 5 different type of cars, and yeah, so those are your events basically. These give you lots and lots of money, so I would recommend doing them as much as possible. Obviously you won't start with very many. It's a linear campaign. And yeah, so then in activities here, these are much less important. These are just little side things that you can do kind of while you're driving around in free roam. Not a big deal. There's just speed runs, speed traps, jumps, all that kind of stuff. Not very important, so I would not worry about those very much at all, to be honest. Next up we have locations. Now there are 4 different types of locations, and this tab right here, the locations tab, is definitely the most important. Okay, so first of all we have gas stations. Now gas stations of the 4 are the least important. You go there and you can get fast travel points, which are obviously helpful. I don't know how that really works because I've just been able to fast travel as much as I wanted, so I'm not sure how that works. But you can also drive through these gas stations and it'll repair the damage on your car, which is nice. So you have to find the gas stations. As you can see, I found 10 of 19. Next up we have the tune-up shops. Now we'll get more in-depth in this in a second here, but tune-up shops are essentially where you go to upgrade your car. There are many of them around the map, and honestly you will find yourself here a lot if you want to get good and upgrade your car, which I assume you do. Finally we have one more. We have the garage, which the garage is also very important to your experience here. This is where you're going to have to go to switch cars. That's the main thing. You can customize the way your car looks here, and you can also switch your car, so we'll be going there in a second. But finally we have the dealerships here. They're just the ones with the little hands. Each different color is a different dealership. It corresponds with the event colors as well, so that's nice. But this is just where you can buy your cars. So that's all there is to that. That one doesn't need very much explaining. So here, let's go to our garage. As you notice, you can press triangle to fast travel. There are multiple garages around the map. However, you have to buy them for 30,000 a piece. It's not a terrible idea, but yeah. So we're gonna enter the garage here, and this is going to be a central hub where you're going to have to go, especially to upgrade your cars. As you can see here, we have my drift car, we have my runner, we have my race car, we have my drag car, we have another race car, and we have a derelict. Well, we can talk about these now, I guess. So once you complete a league, which are those events, right? So each color, there are different leagues for each color. Each color has around 4 to 6 events. Once you complete those, you'll get a clue for a derelict. You have to find the chassis, which I found the chassis of this one, and then you have to find 4 different pieces. It takes a while, but there are benefits. As you can see, this car here, my Nissan, was a derelict, so it at the beginning looked like this. And so essentially you get this car. It's basically a normal car, but it starts out all rusty. Like when you first drive it, it's still all rusty, so you have to complete challenges to get it unrusted. They're very easy though, and you do that. And then once you get to level 300, we'll talk about the levels in a second. Once you get to level 300, you unlock super build, which it's not what you think, really. I thought it would be where you get to choose a second build. That's the other thing with derelicts. You get to choose what build they are at the beginning. So this one I turned into a drift, but it could have been a race or whatever, which is kind of cool about them. But it's just a visual thing once you get to 300, but it does look pretty nice. Let me show you here. Visual customization. If you go up to super build, this will only be unlocked once you get to 300, just so you know. If we... How do we... Oh, okay. So if we remove this part here, as you can see, everything has gone back to normal. So that is what it will start off as without this little decal that I put on the front there. And then if you click on super build here, you can see it goes back to that. So pretty nice. It looks very good. But yeah, you can also equip these different parts here. And yeah, that's about all the visual customization. However, there's also paint and wrap customization here. You can put on any of your ones from different cars. Like here, if you take a look, I can put on that one. You can do that, so that's kind of cool. You can also edit your own wrap, obviously, here with decals and paint. Fairly straightforward. You can share your wrap, and you can also do community creations. So that's nice to see there. And yeah, you can also equip vanity items here. You have to unlock these, however. Like you can equip smoke, or you know, if I just want to put all orange everything on here, obviously I can do that. I have quite a few unlocked here. I got this game actually like 2 days ago, but I put in quite a bit of time. I will not lie, quite a bit of time. So that's essentially all you have for your garage here. One thing that you have to note is the car. The reason that you'll be here a lot is because you have to select the car before you can go back out in it, right? So if I want to do this is my best car here, level 399, which is max. We'll talk about that in a second. I have to switch that car at a garage to be your car. That's how you switch out your car. So that's a little bit inconvenient that you have to go there every time, but with fast travel it's honestly not very bad. So that's all you have in your garage here. Now if we go over to the tune-up shop, see, that was one of the little mini events things that I showed you guys earlier. If you go to the tune-up shop here, which we're gonna fast travel there, but you could get there just normally also. If you go to the tune-up shop, you will be able to see pretty much the meat and bones of your progression in this game. All the cars, depending on what level they start at the dealership, they'll just start around, you know, it varies pretty widely, but here you have your shop. You can buy these parts and it'll essentially upgrade your car. You know, they're different. They're 6 different parts that you need to have: a head, a block, an ECU, a gearbox, an exhaust, and a turbo. There are multiple different brands as well. If you get 3 of the same brand, you get a bonus, so that's nice. I do not have that, but there's, you know, different meters and all this kind of stuff. Each one has a specific trait that it's good in. So this one is acceleration, as you can see for the flag there. those two get better, but some of the other ones take a hit. So my car is at max level is 399, and yeah, that's essentially what you want to strive for here. You pick one of these three that you care about. You can pick any of the parts, any of the brands, or any of the perks, and you can spin it with different parts that you get. So that's another cool thing. So obviously you'll outgrow your parts as you get better. So if you select these, you can look at your old parts and you can sell them, or you can trade them in for a part. And what you do with the parts is you trade them in for more parts. 3 parts equals 1 spin. And yeah, the spins are very, very helpful, obviously. And yeah, so that's about all there is to it with that, I would say. And yeah, so the derelics, obviously they're not a huge part, that you don't have to do them. As you can see, I haven't really done them. However, they are pretty nice. I'm thinking I'll probably put out a couple short guides on each one, just to help you guys out here. Also, there are some other collectibles here that you can get. The billboards, if you smash through them, I guess you just do it, I don't know. And then the chips, you can collect the chips. I don't know why you would do that, but essentially what you need to do is do the events, get money, which you can see up in that corner, the 221,450 is my money. Get money, upgrade your car, rinse and repeat. It's that side. This is the single player campaign, okay? Which is, okay, so that's that. Now, if you click start here, you can go to basically any of these shipments. These will help you as well. These are basically loot boxes, but you just get them over time. I haven't bought any loot boxes, but I just opened 28 that I've just gotten from playing in the past day. So you do get quite a few, and they are very helpful. So make sure you keep on top of that. Next, what I want to show you, and the last thing, is multiplayer here. Now, multiplayer in this game is pretty fun. Me and my friends play quite a bit. It has 2 different modes. You have All Drive Hangout, which is essentially the same thing as the single player campaign, except you can be with your friends. That's literally the only difference. So there's that. We do that sometimes when we just want to like all upgrade together. We do that. Then there's speed list, or ranked speed list, and all you do is, you know, there are 5 different races. You get to vote on them, and you do 5 in a row. Each one grants you a certain amount of points, and then the last one is for the multiplayer of the points, and it's just a good time. You get to have 5 races with your friends. It gives you good rewards. It gives you lots of money, but you have to stick it out till the end to get those rewards. And yeah, that's about it. Here, as you can see, you only use these 3 cars in speed list. And the other thing too is, if you don't want to use this car, say it's not good enough, you get 4 options for loaners. And yeah, so that's nice if you're playing with your friends and you want to just set yourself all to be even, you can all use those. The only thing is you won't acquire parts to upgrade your car, so that's unfortunate. But you can also look at your stats here. Not that big of a deal, but that's about it, honestly. If you want to, you know, get into a game, just a few tips for the races, I would say. You want to use your handbrake a lot. It's very, very helpful to use your handbrake, because your handling on these cars is not very good. So if you use the handbrake, it'll help you just kind of drift around a little bit more and just take corners better. Like, see, that was a handbrake. You know, you can drive around in free drive with any of the cars that you'd like. And yeah, that's about all I have to say, I think. I'm trying to think if there's anything else that I would want to know if I was a beginner. I don't think so. I think that's about it. So hopefully this guide kind of helps you get off your feet a little bit and, you know what's going on here a little bit more in the game. I hope you guys enjoyed this. If you did, make sure to leave a like, subscribe to the channel if you haven't, and yeah, comment down below your thoughts on this free game. I think it's very, very fun. And other than that, I hope you guys are having a blessed day, and I'll see you next time.